This is Dolany TV. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel today. And Tyson, you're just getting home. You've missed a lot today, buddy. Trust me, I have. I've got about, 3 hours to crush 3 videos before my fantasy hockey draft tonight when I will take Connor McDavid first overall. Don't you even at me here, Nathan McKinnon, who, get that guy out of here. That besides, we have had a crazy day here in Oilers land. There's a lot to get to. Like I said, hopefully 3 videos in the next 3 hours, absolutely banging off the content here tonight to try and make sure you are covered with everything you have missed, need to know, or want to know about this Edmonton Oilers squad today. Now, if you caught X-Snipes Edmonton Oilers coverage of the Jujhar Khaira waiver stuff, this is not that. Alright, I'm going to guarantee you we are not talking about the waiver wire to the fullest degree in this video. That will be a little bit later on. What we need to get to today is, first off, of course, the lines from training camp for today. And why that is so important to me, because if you know anything about me, I like when there's something new. I like when the young guys get a chance. I like when different guys get a chance to showcase what they have. And of course, guys that we've talked about in the minor league system for a long time. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, right now is the best time to hit that subscribe button and consider sticking around for the rest of the season. Take the next 9 or 10 minutes. Do that. Do a favor to yourself. Stay up to date with the Oilers if you want. Not making sure you have to, but just saying, something you might want to do before the NHL season gets underway on Wednesday. False positive for the Canucks, so yeah, as far as I understand, we're clear to go. And with that, we're clear to go with these lines, thanks to Reed Wilkins of 630 Ched, who has just seen his crew kind of dismantled and re-put together, I guess you could say. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a later video as well. So, the Oilers at Rogers Place today. Yeah, they're back on Rogers Place ice. They're practicing full-time on Rogers Place ice. Top 4 lines. You see the boards there. Those are empty. That'll be digitally filled in by the broadcast. 100% guarantee you that. I believe that was already official, but if you don't know that, that's my assumption, and I would say that's a pretty 99.9% safe bet. Sorry, there's a lot to get to. I'm really amped up here because it's been a long grinding day. 2,400 pounds of sheet metal slugged into only 2 houses. Not 3 or 4, 2. That's a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tuckered, but we got a lot to get to, so let's get to it. RNH, McDavid, Kassian on the top line. Cahoon, Draisaitl, Yamamoto rounding out the top 6. Gee, that's a shocker. Tyson, I thought you told me this months ago. Yeah, that was kind of the plan. As soon as Cahoon signed, our top 6 was solidified. Nobody came out of camp and sat here and destroyed Zach Kassian's spot on the top line. Great, dandy. Now we see if Kassian can hold it. We understand there's a good chance he doesn't, but there's also a good chance he does. If you're in a fantasy draft league, I'm going to give you a tip here. Zach Kassian is probably the sneakiest pickup you can make in the last round of the draft. Just saying, if you need a bench player that can be put in and do something for you on an off night, Zach Kassian. See, maybe my strategy is coming out here. Boys, if you're watching, take notes because Tyson's coming for you hot in the draft. Archibald, Turris, Puljujarvi. That is the third line. We all thought it would be Ennis. No, it's going to be Archibald. That's interesting for 2 things. Archibald, more likely a 4th line player, although he showed extreme positivity on the offensive side when put next to Connor McDavid at times last year. And of course, when he gets a chance to play with one guy exclusively, that guy and him can really put something together. Sheehan and him put something together. You are kidding me if Archibald and Puljujarvi can't put something nice together as well. And of course, playing with his penalty kill partner in Kyle Turris, that's going to be just great. Now, the hard part is, we talked about those waivers. Jujhar Khaira's on waivers, by the way. So who fills in on the penalty kill up there with RNH? That's going to be the big question as we go along. I guess we'll find out. 4th line, Ennis, McLeod. Who's this McLeod kid you speak of, Tyson? Who is Ryan McLeod? Yeah, they've got a new host on Jeopardy. Well, we're asking the same questions today. Who is Ryan McLeod? He is an Oilers 2nd rounder back in 2018, if I've got my facts correct. And he is now, after a full season in Bakersfield and some time over there in Europe, looking like he is about to assume fourth line duties to open the season for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this would have to multitude of things happen. Jujhar Khaira gets claimed on waivers. Devon Shore gets signed. Ryan McLeod becomes your fourth line centerman. I'm not sure how it's all going to pan out. I haven't read enough on it. Obviously, I've been working today. But from what I understand, Jujhar Khaira likely to the taxi squad means Devon Shore doesn't get signed. And for the time being, to be cap compliant, Ryan McLeod gets the chance to be on the Oilers' top four lines. Looks that way. I wonder if it holds true. Remember the fifth line, according to Reed Wilkins, what I don't have, is Neal, Shore, and Benson. So essentially you have your 13th, 14th forwards in Neal and Benson. Ladies and gentlemen, who knows? We'll straight up continue the guessing game as we go along until tomorrow, I believe, at 5 p.m. Eastern, so 3 p.m. Mountain Time. We will know what our roster looks like. Tyson will get home at 4:30 and get things going here for you around 5:30 tomorrow with the full roster. Stay tuned. Now, what do I like about these lines? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Oilers have a legit top six, right? Dominic Cahoon plays out beside Draisaitl and Yamamoto to be much more effective than probably anyone else we've had there other than RNH. So that's good news for us. Kassian, RNH, and McDavid, what's not to like, right? You've got a gritty, grinded out guy. When engaged, does a dandy job in Zach Kassian. When engaged, being the key air quotes, if you know what I mean. RNH, McDavid, there's chemistry there. And I mean, they light it up. So look out. The NHL could see Connor McDavid at 30 points. And of course, I'm going to start freezing now, aren't I? All right, anyway. The NHL could see Connor McDavid at 30 points to start the year through January. That would be ridiculous. Archibald, Turris, Puljujarvi, I already gave you what's to like about those guys. What's to like there? Simple, right? Archibald gets to play with his PK partner, and Puljujarvi gets to play off of an elite playmaking centerman, or former elite playmaking centerman in Kyle Turris, and Josh Archibald, similar to Zach Kassian, gets to run shotgun to their offense, go to the net, grind it out, score goals. That's his role. He's done that last year for us. He got rewarded with a big contract this year. Everybody talks about the Kassian contract. Nobody wants to talk about the Archibald contract because let me tell you, Archibald, based on the lines right here, my friends, is set to go out there and crush it on the third line. So a legit grindy down, speedy, scory, hitty kind of third line, right? I'm just using that stupidity as fill it in the blanks, but they are going to be able to do it all, that third line, penalty kill third line. They are the legitimate third line of the Edmonton Oilers, and that is big, big news. We did not have that last year. We had a 3B at best. This year, my friends, we've got a 3, and we've got what could potentially be a 3B for most NHL teams in Ennis, McLeod, and Chiasson. Now, if you get Devon Shore in there, it's a 4. But if you have McLeod in there playing up to the ability he was drafted to play, and I mean, Ryan McLeod's a guy that, trust me, he is sneaky, sneaky good and does everything right from everything I've heard down in Bakersfield. I cannot wait to see that kid play inside our bottom 6 behind a line that's going to allow him to have lots of minutes. Think about how sheltered this fourth line is going to be compared to NHL competition. RNH, McDavid, Kassian is going to take down your best shutdown line. That's straight up, right? RNH and McDavid, that's your best shut. You got to put your best shutdown defenders and your best shutdown line against them. Cahoon, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, they take your second best. Well, I'm sorry. Now you've got your third best to either take on Ennis, McLeod, or Chiasson, Archibald, Turris, or Puljujarvi. Right? You got to make a decision there. And the hard part is, even if you double shift your top line, you still have to make a decision as to your third pair getting either one of those lines. And unfortunately, for most third pairs in the NHL, that is not a friendly matchup. And especially in the North Division, where we talk about defense, defense, defense all the time. Montreal, maybe a little bit, could get it done. Winnipeg might be able to get it done. Right? Vancouver's probably the one we got to be most worried about matching their third pair against our bottom 2 lines, realistically. End of the day, the Oilers have matchup advantages galore. Goaltending, defense remain the question, sure. But with this lineup, it's going to be hard-pressed if everybody's engaged offensively and defensively to lose games in typical Oilers fashion. I've said it. Now I'm cursing it. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Oilers scheduled to finish last in the division now. Ooh, I just cursed it the other way. Time will tell. I'm Tyson, this Stolany TV. Sorry to be here a little bit rambly and ramble through it really fast. There's a lot to get to tonight. I got to get to it. That's why you watch me, right? I'm on it. And I mean, it's on Sportsnet, but I'm on it. Not like meth in South Dakota where they're on it. I'm on it with the Oilers stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyson, Stolany TV. I've had enough. I'm up on, out of here.